So, thanks for coming, guys, and for joining today. I met with Arisha yesterday, and this is meant for like either or. So if Thursday works better, then join Thursday's Scrum. Friday works better, then join Friday's Scrum. My computer's running out of space. Um, I'm not going to lead the Scrum. I'm going to let you guys lead it. So whoever wants to take charge of the meeting, you can ask the 3 questions and then pass the microphone off to the next person. So I'll just be here to observe and eat my lunch. And maybe I'll just give someone the microphone first to start. So Hanan, if you don't mind leading the Scrum, the 3 questions are, what did you complete? What do you plan to complete? And any roadblocks?
Okay, hi Sylvia. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so what did I complete? So I just completed week 3 deliverables, which focused on recommendations to increase subscribers and donations. Both week 1 and 2 were focused on more research and analysis for the fundraiser and the newsletter. So far, I've identified the target audiences for both. I've also provided industry trends, competitive analysis, and some examples of like similar successful campaigns. What will I do next? So for week 4, I will continue to develop actionable recommendations for promoting the newsletter and fundraising efforts, including digital marketing and like community engagement. And any roadblocks. So I don't have any roadblocks, but I do have a question. So in the Google Doc that has the project like overview, some of the current initiatives include like YouTube, Instagram, and like a long-term nonprofit goal, right? So do I have to mention that when I'm doing my analysis, like for developing the report or like the presentation?
Given that there's so many people working on that particular initiative and project, I also have people in Fanshawe, like 53 students in total, and then like more than a quarter of you are working on the GoFundMe and all the social medias.
Mm-hmm.
So it's whatever interests you the most, you can work on that. And if you see like if you look at other people's work, if you've ever done that, ever looked on the Google sheet, you can see maybe someone is working and more focused on one, and then one is not focused on something else. You can kind of like fill in gaps where you see necessary. But if you don't want to go into that section of whatever you're working on, you don't have to. Like your main focus is quality. So whatever can give you quality, if you only need to focus on like 1 or 2 or 3 at most, that's where you work most optimally, then just do those. If you want to do more, go for it. If you don't feel like you can do more, like you're too overwhelmed, like you know yourself best and what quality work will look like for you, then just ignore the others if you can't, if it's like too overwhelming for you. Does
Okay, thank you.
that
Okay,
make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And I just want to announce that I'm $1,150 away from my $10,000 goal. Yesterday was a huge contribution of $8,660. So I'm almost at the retainer for Superior Court, and it just took like one big contribution. So I just want to share that with you
Wow,
guys. Yeah,
that's
it's
amazing.
exciting, but it's also very stressful for me because now I have to think about the court case in case it goes in that direction. So it's exciting, but also not exciting because it means I'm going to have to keep pushing forward, which I'm not really excited about because I don't like conflict in this degree. Like, I don't think it should ever get to this point. And I've had multiple um, occasions where something like this happened. I chose to ignore it and like not pursue any legal action. But at this point, it's like it hit my threshold, and I can't let this one go because if I let this go, it could happen to someone else, and then they might be homeless or even dead as a result, so like via suicide or something, which they were scared what I would do. That's why they wanted to send me to CAMH. But I'm not suicidal. I love myself so much, and but it could happen to someone else if they didn't have support of like their mother. So that's the only reason why I'm still here. My mother's providing me with shelter and a place to stay and occasionally breakfast. This is what I paid for with my life insurance money. It's chef's plate. I don't have a lot, but people have offered to take on the um, free referral code that I have in the freebies. So it gives me a discount. I don't have to pay as much for this food that I prepare myself. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. We'll continue with the next person. Hanan, you can go ahead and pick the next person. I just want to share that little context.
Okay, I choose Catherine.
Hello. So what I worked on for this week, I just researched more for the landlord side for the tenant and landlord team. I just researched the human rights code more in depth and I summarized information to make it easier to read. I also looked into more websites like thesettlement.org, which provides a lot of valuable links for landlords in Ontario. So it's just like a one-stop shop. And I had some challenges just because there's just a lot more workload at school right now. So I spent a little bit more time working on schoolwork than the project, but I still was able to do my part. And next steps, I think we're planning on meeting with the tenant and landlord team just to discuss our further steps for the digital toolkit. And I would just like to figure out everyone's strengths in either like video making, brochure design, or infographics for that. Should I pass it on? Okay, I'll just pass it on to Medha.
Okay. Um, so the work that I completed this week is I really delved into conducting like research and stuff. So that included like on threat detection and prevention. Oh yeah, I'm in the AI um group thing, group project. But yeah, so I researched like threat detection and prevention, such as like AI-based intrusion detection systems that use machine learning to detect like anomalies and stuff. And I looked also into other ways of anomaly detection in network traffic. Um, and I looked into like AI use, like the use of AI in malware detection. And I pretty much almost wrapped up my research for like threat detection and stuff. But I also looked into ethical concerns and biases in AI, like potential like misuse of AI. And yeah, I've been finding more useful resources as I've been researching, and I plan to like wrap up my research like by next week and start the analysis of like strategic recommendations. So I plan on developing that more next week. I didn't really face any challenges or roadblocks. I was just thinking like how I can split up my work amongst the next couple of weeks to wrap up everything in time. And yeah, I'm like on track. That's basically it. Pass on to the next person. Um, Rawad.
Yeah. Hi. For this week, I completed my research for the landlord and responsibility, rights and responsibilities, and then I started on researching on how we can develop the toolkit. I researched different content management systems, like WordPress, Wix. And I also like watched some YouTube videos on how these tools are made. I've also made some research on animations if we need animations, in case we need animations. I also visited the WordPress website to see how their content management works. And I'd say that it does require some technical expertise, but not the one like not it doesn't require coding, but it does like it's kind of complex a little bit. If someone's not tech savvy, then they might find some problems working with it. And in the same research, I had a table and I put different, like there's also Wix, there's also Joomla, and there's also Squarespace. Some of them are less less complex. I didn't look at all of them. I only looked at WordPress. My next move would be see how the infographic would be designed. We'll probably like it will most likely be through Canva, but I'm also gonna look into the other websites if there are other websites that can do it. maybe in a more efficient or can design it in a better way than Canva. But most likely it will be Canva if I'm not mistaken. And in terms of next steps, I'm not really clear on what I'm gonna be working on next week. We're gonna have a meeting after this one, I believe, with the team, and then yeah, we'll discuss that with the team and see what I'm gonna do, what next steps we'll be doing. And with that, I'll pass it off to Sophia if she didn't go.
Yes, thank you. So, I'm again with the tenant toolkit team, and this week I basically completed all of my research. We obviously split the work, so I completed the research on the major tenant rights and responsibilities, and I had like a lot of detail to begin with, so I kind of tried my best to shorten it and summarize into the most important like sections. And then challenges, don't have any challenges. I think it's just gonna be more so like going through with the team today and figuring it out, like how we're going to organize everything with the infographic and stuff like that. And for next steps, I plan to obviously start and potentially even finish like an infographic or a brochure. Probably not a video because I think video will probably take me a lot longer, but I already have kind of the information to be able to create an infographic with it. And I would say I'm on track. I just had one question, Sylvia, for like just as an example for the infographic, if I was to do like, because I did mainly tenant rights and responsibilities, could it be that I make the infographic with just tenant and like just the tenant side, or should I also have to include like the landlord side as well in the infographic?
You can just do whatever you feel. If you just want to do the tenant side, go for it. I think I'm going to come up with another project because the property management company my condo board selected is giving me a bit of trouble. So maybe that will be my next project for students to look at that side of things because I don't know how that works in their heads because the board of directors selected them. They're volunteers. They're not getting paid at all. They're taking their job so seriously. They don't get fed. We don't have a budget to give them pizza or anything. Sometimes they do it just like out of, our budget, like out of the condo fees. They buy themselves a pizza when they have a meeting.
Mhm.
But they locked me out of the gym. They said I'm not allowed to use the amenities anymore. They actually locked me out of the entire building on the 12th of March. And my fob stopped working. So I'm still trying to mediate between them because board of directors making the decision, but they're volunteers and they're just people that some of them don't even live in the building anymore. Like Sandra LaRose apparently moved to the US. I don't know if that's true, but she's actually from Quebec originally. And she's like kind of a bitch. She has like short hair, like a lesbian, but she's not a lesbian. She has a husband and a daughter. And they both live in the building. And there's just some fucking drama happening right now. Um, so that will probably be my next project is like, how does this make sense? And Sandra only got into the president role because she owns one floor of the building of all Chinese people she rents to. And she manipulated the votes in the condo itself when we were setting it up. When we bought the condo, like it was brand new, and they had to pick a condo board. So she manipulated the votes. She does a really good job, but she went that far just to get into that role, which doesn't make sense to me. Now she's a volunteer and she's making decisions about whether or not I can go to the gym or the amenities, which is, I also have a Facebook group of like 100 plus people in the building themselves. So that's like a fourth of the total capacity of the building, which are all under my influence and control. So her to mess with me doesn't make sense, telling me I can't go to the gym. So that will probably be my next ripen project for students to look at and observe. But I don't know if I answered your question. My brain's
Yes,
like
yes.
in
So
multiple
it'll be,
places right now.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it'll just be kind of how I feel to organize it then in that sense.
Yeah, just
Okay.
do for tenants if that's your main
Okay.
focus. That's fine.
Okay.
That'll help me too. I don't really have any issues as a landlord. Everyone's been great. So if you want to do for tenants, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Pass it on to the
Perfect.
next person.
Thank you. And let me see here the full list of people. Ruthlin? Yeah, Ruthlin.
Hi, I'm working on the GoFundMe project. I've completed a deliverable one last week. I'm currently working on deliverable 2. I have all the research notes. I just have to put it all together in a formal report. So I should be done that by tonight. And so far I haven't faced any challenges. So that's pretty much the update with my research. Do I pick the next person? Hello?
Yes, please pick the next person.
Medha?
I already went.
I'm the last person, so I'll just go. I'm in the landlord and tenant team, and this week I researched a bit more on the tenant's rights and responsibilities, and I also researched a bit more on the dispute and resolution and eviction process. I just kind of followed the template that Sylvia you provided on the shared document. And as for challenges and roadblocks, I didn't really face it this week. And our next steps, I'm planning on discussing with my teammates right after this meeting what the next steps will be, whether it's making a brochure or infographic on Canva or any other platform.
Sounds good. I don't remember if I'm paying for Canva. Probably am. My brain's just so scattered. I don't even know what I'm paying for anymore. I saw a payment for Zoom. I think I had like a pending payment after Canva's free trial. I think they just charged me. I haven't checked because my credit card got canceled. So I don't know. It'd probably be too messy to add you guys to a team Canva at this point. You're gonna be done soon. That's gonna be a lot of work and mess for me to clean up after to remove you guys. Unless I just keep you on there if you need it. I don't know. But I shouldn't be paying for it. I'm using my life insurance money. I don't know if that's a good way to spend it. So I'll have to see if they can give me a refund. You were the last person, right, Aria?
Yeah, I
I
think
think we're
so.
all done. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna keep you guys. So thank you so much for this update, and we will chat soon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.